On AFL.com.au and the AFL Live app this year, we and our panel of experts are going to be putting together a rolling 25. So the inaugural list is going to drop on Tuesday, March 11th. So that's next Tuesday. Make sure you look out for that. So we thought we'd give Chad a little bit of homework, given it's his first show, and you had to come up with your top 5 best players as it sits right now. Who you got?
As it sits right now, you see my list come up. Nick Dacos, number 1. I see it across the board. He's an absolute star, and I think, like, for his age group. But I think some of the people, when I showed this list, they're like Jeremy Cameron, Zach Butters, number 2 and 3. Jeremy Cameron is a matchup nightmare. I mean, for someone to be able to get 20 into most weeks and be able to dominate a game from aerially on the ground, he's an absolute star. Zach Butters for me, top 4.
This is the one.
It's controversial.
I like it though.
He's been top 4 in the Brownlow last 2 years, right? Back-to-back best in fairness. He's All-Australian 2 times. What I love about him is his ability to be inside and outside. Like, he's such a hard nut, but then he obviously has the polish to, I suppose, and he's not the biggest frame. Like, he's probably 183, but his grunt and effort, I mean, we speak about his fines and his effort, but I just think he's an absolute star. And I think being 24 years old, I think he's, right now, he's probably one of the players I'd love to have on any team.
And then Cripper and the Bont to round out your top 5. Speaking of Nick Dacos, though, I mean, Josh, this is a really scary prospect because in the pre-season so far, he has been lighting it up on the track, on the field, and you hear even Mason Cox saying he's going to go to another level. He's in the leadership group. He's still just 22. It's the Brownlow is coming this year, isn't it? Surely.
I don't want to get carried away because he should have won 2 by now. 2 of his first 3 seasons. It's remarkable that he's not a Brownlow medalist yet, but he's going to take some beating this year because apart from that plantar fasciitis issue he had after Christmas, he's had a really, really good pre-season. He couldn't have looked slicker against Richmond last Tuesday night. I'm excited.
What about the Pies? Are you excited about them? They're playing against the Giants. That game on Sunday at NG Stadium. But are we going to be saying about Collingwood that they're too old at the end of the year or that they have a wealth of experience?
Well, it's going to be a question and a narrative that we focus on across the year because they made some pretty bold list management decisions last year to re-sign Steele Sidebottom, to re-sign Will Hoskin Elliott. It means they're going to start 2025 with 10 players north of 30. It's incredible to think that they're the oldest list, they're the most experienced list. We go back to 2022, but it worked for Geelong. They were the oldest premiership team ever, 28 and a half years. But
and then they fell off a cliff.
They did, they did. But late in the season, we'll see Dan McStay and Darcy Cameron also become 30. So we could see a new record broken if they go all the way this year.
They're all in, Chad, just quickly. You think it's going to work for them?
I think it's going to work. I think you talk about their age profile, but their best players are young. Like, so that's where I'm like, I'm not too worried. I mean, Nick Dacos, DeGoey, Houston, like they're all in their prime. So I'm not too worried about their age.
I'm with you on that because they've got Isaac Quaynor, Braden Maynard, a lot of players in that 25 to 29 bracket. Darcy Moore's one of them as well. So they're still stacked in the belly.